Have you ever wondered how to turn your passions into profits? I'm going to show you how. Hi guys. How you guys doing? My name is Angela and I've been a stay-at-home mom and a homeschool mom forever, like my entire adult life. And in less than 5 years, I'm going to be retiring from that role. Literally can't believe it. I can't believe it. You getting tired of hearing that every single video? Too bad. Let's chat. Fact that you have passions that other people have too, but they're making money with those passions and you're not. I guarantee that's happening to some of you. So I want to encourage you today and I want to help you figure out how you can turn your passions into paychecks. It can definitely be done and it can be life altering. Let me help you. Over the last 20 years, I've had some different interests that I've just decided to turn into cash. I've done it for as long as I can remember, and there hasn't been even one of them that I've thought, you know what, that wasn't worth it. So I'm going to tell you all about them, and you're going to be able to figure out what's going to work for you. I would encourage you to figure out what works for you. Trust me, you're going to want to do this. So whether it's babysitting or crafting or dog walking or whatever you're passionate about, there's always a way to make money off of that. So if you're passionate about pets, there's a way to make money off of that. If you're passionate about cleaning, you can definitely make money off of that. If you're pretty passionate about teaching, okay, I know you guys know I've been a homeschool mom forever, but that doesn't mean I'm passionate about teaching. That's like a little known fact that people don't realize. Just because you're passionate about homeschooling your kids and having that environment for your family doesn't mean you're passionate about being their teacher. Like, I didn't love every minute of it. I mean, every minute of it, okay? Bleh. I didn't. Maybe you're already doing this a little bit, but I want to encourage you to take a look at your passions. Let me tell you about a few of mine over the years. My first initial passion when I was a very new mom, young mom, was a passion for working with children. I actually grew up working with kids. My first job was at the YMCA doing drop-in daycare while people were working out because my mom worked at the YMCA, so it was a perfect fit for me. And I just kept working with kids for years and years after that. I had experience as a preschool teacher and a daycare provider, and I really enjoyed it, and I felt like I was good at it. I loved it. Like 5 and under, that was my jam. So once I had my first son, my motivation for wanting to pursue that passion and turn that passion for working with kids into money was because we were broke. We were so broke. We were newlyweds and we were broke. My husband was working, of course, but that didn't mean we had enough money to survive. It was tough at that time. It was hard. We've been really blessed now. That's not the case, but there was a time when it was like, so I started babysitting, and some people are going to think this is crazy, but at that time I was just charging $100 a week to babysit a kid. Is that crazy? I don't know, but that's what I was charging, $100 for 5 days of babysitting. I don't know. I don't actually know if that's reasonable or not, but that's what I did. And I usually had just 2 kids at a time. And at that time in our lives, an extra $200 a week made a huge difference. Like, it was huge because we were just doing like paycheck to paycheck. And that made a really big difference in our lives. An extra $200 a week was like, I felt like we were rich. Well, no, most of the time I still felt poor, but we made it work and it was fine. We were having a good time and living our lives, and the extra $200 a month, the extra $200 was really helpful. It was really helpful. So that was my first passion. Do you have a passion for working with kids? Babysitting can be a great gig, especially if you're already a stay-at-home mom. Even if you're a homeschool mom, you can make that work. So babysitting, number one, a great gig. It's something I did for years when my kids were little, and it worked for us. Maybe it'd work for one of you too. I go any further and talk to you about the value of having passion and turning that into money. You can't just take something that you kind of think maybe you could make money at and think that you're going to be really successful with that. It needs to be something you're already passionate about. I believe that really firmly. I don't care what anybody says. Just like always, I don't care what anybody says. There's so many parts of my life. But it's something you need to be passionate about already, because that's going to be something that's going to push you forward constantly. Like, you already mostly enjoy it. It's something you're already interested in, you're already good at, you're already passionate about it. So it's like, why not make money doing it? If it's not something you're passionate about, because it's a side hustle for most people, turning your passions into profits are going to be a side hustle for most people. It's not going to last. You're going to get burned out. So please make sure that you choose something that you're already passionate about. Maybe you're already good at. You're good at. Crafter, and I repurposed furniture. I have always been an artsy kid, an artsy person since I was really young, and I knew it was something I was good at already. And again, it was something that I enjoyed doing, just like I enjoyed babysitting at the time. So it kind of felt like a no-brainer, like, yeah, I already like doing this. So what I did to start, and this is maybe what you can do to start, the world has probably changed. This was like 15 years ago when I was doing this. In fact, I know the world has changed. The world of crafting has changed, but I'll tell you about my journey anyway. So I started out just doing crafts that I already knew I was good at doing. And then also I got a sewing machine and taught myself the basics of sewing, just like really basic things. And Pinterest was still like kind of a newer, huge thing. Okay, so listen, the dust particles are going to be a part of my video from now on, so you can count on them. Maybe we could start like naming them. I mean, this is real life. What do you want me to say? I'm doing everything I can do to keep this house clean. Geez, there's another one. Just please don't pay any attention. I promise I'm not dirty. What am I seeing? People are messaging me about my daughter's pickleball tournament. She's out of town right now in Arizona. She's incredible. She travels and plays pickleball. And everybody from back home wants to know when they're going to be able to see her on a live stream. And I don't know what time. Anyway, so distracted, so easily distracted. So I was good at crafting already. I learned to sew. I got a sewing machine. Pinterest was huge. So I was looking up how to do things on Pinterest. And I started selling at local craft fairs. All you normally need to do is pay an entry fee and then bring all your supplies, and then you gotta sell it, girl, you gotta sell it. My tips, if you haven't done craft shows yet, is do not just sit there and watch people walk by. Engage with every single person that walks by. Oh my gosh, that's such a cute jacket, or what do you think about the weather today, or whatever question you wanna ask. You've gotta engage with people. There's nothing worse than being in a craft show and just watching someone sit there and scowl at you while you walk by their booth. Don't do it. So crafting was huge for me. I did that. I sold out of my home on Facebook Marketplace. I would just do porch pickups, just like I do now locally for some of the reselling. If you haven't watched my video about reselling and turning $7 into $100 in a week, please go to that video ASAP and like and comment it. I'm trying to get the YouTube gods to love me more. Help me. So yeah, I started out anyway at craft shows, and I would sell out of my home, just safe porch pickups or whatever they called them at the time. And I would do that. I would sell locally on Marketplace. I also had an Etsy store and a store online, like it was eBay or something like that. Excuse me. And then I reached out to a couple of local shops, just boutiques in town that would sell local handmade items. And I would ask them to put my things in their stores. They would take a small commission out of each sale that I had. I did that too. You've just got to find what you're good at as far as crafting. Figure out what people want, figure out what's selling best. You can even go to your local boutiques and ask them, like, what's your best seller, and find out what people like. And that's how you know what to put on your Etsy shop or what to start trying to sell on Marketplace or whatever it is. So crafting, if you're already artsy, is another really fantastic way to make extra money. After that, furniture upcycling and making old things pretty again had just become like this new big thing, especially the farmhouse style, very rustic furniture was a new thing. And I locked into that and I did a ton of that. The only thing with that you need to be aware of is that it can start to take up a lot of space in your garage or your basement or wherever you're working on projects. And after a while, it was taking up too much space for me and I didn't do it anymore. But it was really fun while it lasted and it made me really good money. I should add here that when you're making money, off of any of these things, it's not profit if you immediately spend it and then don't either set some aside to save or put some towards your next project or whatever you're working on next with things like crafting and reselling. Repurposing. You have to make sure that you're setting some money aside for purchasing new items to redo again or to craft again. Like, you want to keep this thing going. It's not like babysitting where the money's just coming in every week because you're babysitting these kids. It's not the same kind of gig. So if you're an artist, put that to work for you. You can make money with your passion for art. So I did for a pretty limited time just because it wasn't the right time for me to do it, but it still made me money and I liked it. Was cleaning houses and doing yard work. I did it for a pretty limited amount of time. And honestly, sometimes I would do things just to try them and see, like, could I do this? Yes, I can. The answer is almost always yes, I can. I've had so many adventures as far as turning passions into profits. I have yet to find one where I'm like, you know what, that didn't work. All of them made me money. I have not paid for a single family vacation. What the heck? Getting more text messages from my family. We have not paid for a single family vacation out of my husband's bank account in my pretty much my whole married life. They've all been from my side gigs. So it can definitely be done. You can do it. Anyway, cleaning houses. I just got on Nextdoor, honestly, the Nextdoor app. If you don't know, You need to find out. And I asked who needed organizing services first. I helped some people organize spaces and helped them list items that needed to be sold. I helped them clean up and clear out, and sometimes would listen to whatever they were going through in their life too. And that was a great way to earn extra money. I love helping people anyway. So that was a good one. And then I did yard work for someone in my neighborhood who was going to pay a big time person, but I was just a couple blocks away. I said, I'll come do it for you. And she paid me to come and like trim her hedges and make her flower beds pretty again. And I enjoyed that too. It was nice. I liked doing it. And then I did a couple of cleaning gigs. The house cleaning wasn't my favorite thing, like general house cleaning, but it doesn't mean I wasn't good at it and I couldn't do it. It just like wasn't the one thing that I was super passionate about. Even though I was helping people, it wasn't quite the same. I really liked helping with the yard work and the organizing more. So if you have a passion for organizing and cleaning, you can definitely put that to use. Ask your local family and friends to spread the word that you're good at it and you're trying to start a business. Get on Facebook, get on your Instagram, get on any of your mom's groups that you're a part of and let them know, and get on Nextdoor ASAP. It's really going to help you. At least that's the way it is in the Midwest here. I don't know. Maybe some people don't have that. I actually don't know, but you can find a million jobs that people need done on Nextdoor. So put that passion to use. I bet you'd be good at it. Excuse me. Because you've already watched that video, right? Please tell me you've watched it. My video about reselling turned $7 into $100 in 1 week. Yes, it can be done. So vintage is a huge passion of mine. I love digging and treasure hunting and treasure seeking. And so finding vintage and different home goods and things to sell online has been a passion of mine for a long time now. I started with clothes for reselling, but realized I didn't actually love that. So now I'm mostly vintage and home decor, mostly vintage. That's what I really like doing. Sometimes there are other things mixed in. But reselling is a fantastic way to turn passion into profit. The tricky thing with reselling is that you do need to be intentional about what you purchase. It can't just be anything, and then you just think, just because this cost me 50 cents means it's going to sell. Just because something's cheap doesn't mean it's going to sell. There is a little bit of a learning curve. You do need to do your research and find out what's selling and what's not, but it's a fantastic way to turn a passion into a profit. I've done it for a long time, and it's been my most profitable so far. I have a feeling that as soon as I get my realty business up and going, I've got a couple people on the back burner that I can't wait to help this spring and summer and even into next year. But I feel like that's probably going to supersede the amount that I make with reselling, even though reselling has been hugely profitable for me. It's been such a great gig. It's just been great. I've loved it. So if you already like garage sales and yard sales and picking, you could really make some great money reselling. You've got to do your research and learn your stuff, but there is money to be made in reselling. Don't listen to what the naysayers say. It's not too crowded. It's not oversaturated. I don't care what anybody says because my lived experience says it works. So don't listen to the haters. You can make money turning trash into profit. Okay, now, not like literal trash, but you know what I'm saying. Passions is getting into real estate. I am going crazy from this dust floating around. I've got like an what's it called? Purifier going, and we've got a filter going in our home. We've got everything. I think I just need to open up the house. I don't know. Or film these videos differently. It's probably just the camera. It's not my disturbing, dusty, crusty house. They won't go away. Anyway, natural progression into real estate. I'm already a people person. I love helping people, like I said before. And I just think it's going to be fantastic. And I can't wait for you guys to see how that goes for me. It just seemed like a natural thing. It just seems like it makes sense to start it now. And that's going to be something that it's like the journey is just beginning now. So you guys are going to be able to come along with me, and I'll be able to tell you the ins and outs and ups and downs of that. So you could decide if that is something that you could maybe pursue. Or maybe if you've already pursued that, you can tell me down in the comments what the experience was like for you. That's a passion for helping people that you can turn into profit as well. These passions, they're all different, but they're all the same in some ways. So any of these passions are going to, if done correctly, they're going to teach you things. They're going to teach you skills that you didn't have before, maybe skills that you didn't even realize you had. It's going to teach you a lot about the ups and downs of life. Also, a lot of times pursuing your own passions and being an entrepreneur is going to teach you all about life, ups and downs of life and money and the ins and outs of money and how to run businesses the right way and the wrong way. And it teaches you all about people. It teaches you all about customer service, There are so many things you can learn from turning your passions into profit, not just about how to make money, but just about life in general. It teaches you that you are an overcomer, that somebody can say, I need money for this. And you can say, you know what? I can tell you how. I've done it. It teaches you that you are strong and resilient and resourceful. And if you need something to be paid, whether it's a bill to be paid or you want to take that vacation or you want to buy a car or whatever it is, you're going to be able to work for that and you're going to be able to make it happen. Again, that is my lived experience. I'm not just pulling this out of you know where. It's actually my lived experience. I've experienced this for decades. And if you put your mind to anything that you're passionate about and do your research and figure out the ins and outs of making that work for you, people need your services. People need to be a part of what you're passionate about. People will pay you for the skills that you have, for the skills and the things that you're already passionate about. Like, I'm not kidding. You can do this. So why haven't you started yet? A list here into the video of different things that you can try. And I want you to look through this list. Figure out, are any of these my passions? Are these actually things that I hadn't even thought of that I'm good at? And I could offer these services to someone else and they would pay me for it? I'm going to make a list. I'm going to insert it right here. I want you to let me know what you think of it. Couple little things popping up at the end of this video, and it's going to be another video of mine that you might like. I would love for you to go over to that and like and comment, check my other videos out. I would also really appreciate it if you would do me a favor and check out the link in the description for my Pinterest store. If you would check that out, and if you're already doing some shopping on Amazon, go see if any of the stuff in my store is stuff that you want anyway, okay? Go to my Pinterest, check out my links, and use my affiliate links. Just so you know, I get a little kickback from those, little baby kickback, whenever you purchase something with my link. So thanks so much. Just helps the channel out. Also, another free way that you can help this channel out, costs you nothing, is to like and comment and subscribe. Come back and check me out some other time. Let's hang out some more. Thanks so much for being here today, guys. See you later. Bye. Whew. And they would pay me for it?